Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Everspace. A new update for the game has recently dropped and it brings a number of rather nice changes to the game, including this rather spectacular ship. Now this is the Colonial Gunship and you can only unlock it once you get 10,000 credits to do so. So not too expensive, but depending on how good you are at the game, and I'm not all that good at combat always, so it did take me quite a while to actually unlock this. Now a number of other changes have also come into the game, and one in particular is dividing the perks. So previously perks have always been on the ship, but now perks are divided between the pilot and the ship. So each ship has its own set of perks, and then you have your own perks just for your own pilot, and we'll have a quick look at that while I don't shake the screen around like crazy. So perks, you can see here what perk upgrades I've put into my pilots. I've spent quite a lot of cash on doing this, and there's still quite a lot to go yet, this one in particular. So Colonial Gunship here, I've got no perks in this at all. I haven't even used the Colonial Gunship yet. I've only just recently unlocked it. And back here you can see my original ship. Let's just go back to the hangar there. You can see the original ship there, and here you can see a Colonial Scout, which I've also unlocked, and again I've got no perks on that yet. But I'm quite interested in the Colonial Scout. It's a relatively weak ship, but it does have a beam laser, and the beam laser is my favourite weapon. I find it very, very easy to use when compared to the plasma and all the other weapons. And let's just have a quick look there. So the hull on this ship here, the Colonial Scout, is 300 points, when compared to the hull hit points on the Interceptor is 570 points. So quite a lot of difference. The shield hit points here are 125. The shield hit points here are just 60, so very weak in terms of shield, but not as weak as the shield on the gunship here, which is 0. Basically no shield at all. But it's all on the hull. 1,000 hit points on your hull is quite significant, and in fact you could increase that right here on. Just about got enough money to do that now actually. So that would give me just an extra 15 hit points, so nothing really, but might as well have it. 185 credits left. I don't think that's going to be enough to purchase me anything else, but not a problem, because we're going to dive straight into the game now and see how far we can get. And I'm going to go on the normal mode. Probably have a bit of a laugh here, but well, let's see how it goes. So it comes with quite different weapons to what I normally have, and what I'm going to do here's the normal view you see when I'm flying around. This is the external view. And of course the gunship looks a little bit different. This is normally how I play the game, but for this particular episode, as people keep asking, I'm going to fly inside the cockpit just to get a bit of a feel for it. And the cockpit inside the warship here, or the gunship rather, is actually very different to the cockpit inside the Interceptor. Your views a bit more filled in here.
I can do this. I've got this.
So you can see I've got no shield there, but that's one shield down. One ship down? No, it's not. Nearly. There we go. Is that all of them? So you can see quite powerful weapons on here. Make short work of those enemies. Trouble is, when you lose a little bit of shield on the Interceptor, you can just wait for it to recharge. But that's not how it's going to work with the hull here, at least as far as I'm aware. Maybe it does come back. Let's have a look, see where our hull is actually at. So we're at 819 points out of 1015, and no resources left to repair it. So let's have a look and see what's around this area. There's a beacon down here. If I scan that, it will reveal to me all the contents within the zone here. Oh, but to get near a turret in order to do that. There was two here, wasn't there? What's that? I do like the weapons here, very, very powerful, but
It's like a swarm. Finish them off.
I'm causing myself a lot of problems here, aren't I? Getting shot to pieces. What's going on over there? Let's get that turret. So this platform, very well defended, would have probably been much better off not coming toward it, considering I'm right at the start of my journey here. But not to worry. Let's hack this and maybe we can find some nanobots and get ourselves repaired up a little bit. Depends how many essential components of the ship are actually damaged. Now I'm going to pick these up and have a bit of a look at what is actually damaged on the ship.
These will prove useful.
Shield breaker missiles. Yeah, but I'm not going to have them. I'm just going to salvage them. And where's the other container here? Let's have something a bit more useful in there. Watch this explosion. Stunning explosions as always. Fuel low, unneeded at this point. That's something I will need further into my journey. Shame to see all that fuel there wasting away, unused. Someone perhaps will come and retrieve it later. So, tech container, come on, give me some nanobots. I don't think they come out of tech containers, do they? Laser turret. So let's have a look. Laser turret. Mounted turret that automatically shoots enemies within range, dealing high amounts of shield damage. What weapon do I want to replace? I don't really want to replace any of these weapons, do I? It's got very nice range on that though. So the Gatling turret is obviously my... I pressed the wrong button there. Well, I don't want to replace the Gatling turret. I'm going to keep what I've got. So let's salvage that. Probably a bit too good to salvage, someone's going to tell me, but it's done now. There's some credits over there. I didn't see them just now. So there's a couple of other changes here. In particular, one to the GMB guys here. If you attack them, previously you could attack them if you wanted fuel and they'll turn hostile against you, but as soon as you fled the area, you were back to being completely neutral with them again, or friendly with them.
I'll take these, thank you.
Did I just bump into something or did something hit me? And the thing is now that if you attack GMB now, what will happen is they will become hostile to you, and if they do manage to get a warning signal off, if they manage to broadcast that to the rest of their faction, you will also be wanted or hostile when you get into the next zone. So attacking GMB really is a thing you have to seriously think about before you go ahead and do it now. Before I used to use it as a hit and run type thing, a hit and run method. You wanted a bit of fuel, just simply hit a GMB and do a bit of a runner. And there in the background was my phone going off a minute ago. Took myself a bit of damage. Flying around here, bumping around. Where do those containers go? Where are you, containers? Inside here? Or are you on the other side? Getting a little bit of stutter there. I don't know if you can see it. A scattergun, plasma torpedoes. A lot of nice stuff here. An unguided long-range rocket. No, I don't want them. I prefer my missiles. Scattergun, though. Those are pretty good. I don't know if you've ever had a chance of using them. If you do play this game, they're pretty good. But, again, I want to use my fusion blaster and my other weapons here because, well, I'm fairly new to this ship. That's if I can get back out of here without completely trashing the ship. So let's see, can we do any repair? We can repair a little bit. Not a lot, unfortunately. So not a particularly good start here. But, well, that's how it goes, I guess. I don't know if I can be bothered to go back in there to get that. Probably regret not picking it up because I could do with the components. But anyway, I'm going to jump out of here and see what we got in the next zone. And I've also done a perk upgrade to my pilot here, which shows me some more details on the sector. Give me a bit of details on the map. So what we've got here is low risk areas, and we've got some medium risk areas just ahead. So medium risk, you're likely to get slightly better rewards out of them, but I'm not going to chance them just yet. I'm going to stick to these ones here. I'll probably take a low risk path all the way to the end of this sector and into sector 2. Right. So the Gatling turret is bound to Kia. I didn't use it just yet. But we'll see if we do get any fighters come near me. I'll try and use it and we'll see what happens. So I don't know if you noticed, there's not too much difference really in the way that this ship moves. I wouldn't say it's immensely slow or anything like that. I suppose that comes from playing a lot of Elite Dangerous on the slow ships in that game, where they are really, really slow, the large ships. On here, I don't find it much of an issue. Then again, I'll have to try the Scout at some point, and that probably does turn much faster. I've got them both unlocked now. I haven't tried either one of them. I'll probably leave this Scout for another video though. Here we come up on another tech container. Mainframe override. Overrides the target ship's control unit and makes them fight on your side. Enemy resistance to these attacks varies, and you can only have one active at a time. So we'll change that for the tractor beam. Swap, and we'll salvage the tractor beam. So let's try the Gatling gun. The Gatling turret, rather.
That was not good.
Oh, it depends how far we're going to get here. Yeah, I feel exactly the same.
Cooling down phase incomplete.
Yes, all right.
Okay. So, ship in a very poor state now. But the Gatling gun is now back available. And I assume that did help me out quite a bit there, but very hard to tell. It's one of the reasons I prefer to play from the external view rather than the internal view. External is nice because it helps you aim, or helps me aim a little bit better. Slightly better awareness of your immediate surroundings. But I do prefer the external view, because for me at least, it lets me see what's going on around me more. I think for some people who have been watching this video, the external view really does give you the impression of the game being very arcadey, which of course it is. But let's have a look at this action freeze. I'm going to show you this for a while. So what this does is essentially freeze frame everything and give you some nice screenshot functionality, so you can zoom right into your ship. And if you can do this right in the middle of some combat, you can get some stunning screenshots. But look at the ship damage here, some paint job damage. Not bad, eh? Excuse me. So let's resume there. Okay, but we're probably not going to get too much further now. You can see my hull is completely dead. Shows how much I normally rely on the shield, doesn't it? Because obviously my shield would go down quite fast. But then I'd probably be dead by now, to be perfectly honest. The shield didn't have that much hit points, did it? What do we got around here? Another container. Power cells are useful for building, and you can see we now can craft 7 new items. Let's see what those are. So we can upgrade the weapons here. We can build some new weapons, some new missiles. And we can upgrade the Gatling turret and the mainframe overrides. Don't really see much benefit to upgrading any of these. Let's see what this does. So we can improve the energy consumption. We can increase the range. And we can increase the amount of shield damage from it. What can we do with this? Probably the same. Yes. I'm not convinced I actually want to upgrade any of these, to be perfectly honest, so I'll probably save my parts for now. How much credits have I got by now? 2,700, enough for a few upgrades if I happen to bite the dust a little bit too early on. Well, let's get on heading out to the next zone then in this sector. Not doing too well. Look at a little damage there on the cockpit, all the cracked glass. And again, we're going to choose the safe route. So as you reveal more data on the map with your perks, it will actually show you more information here. And you'll be able to see things such as whether the zone has got a trade person in there or something else that may be of benefit to you, thus enabling you to choose which party you want to go for. Another change that they've added is another planet type as well. There's a drone outlaw carrier as well for the outlaw faction. Oh, we got some more fighters over here. Oh, beam type, I have a feeling this is going to be it for me. Let's
many of them.
activate the Gatling gun. Or you can hear that fire. Let's get an outside view of that. Oh, we only got a second view of it before we exploded. Well, there you go. I didn't get very far on this particular playthrough. We'll have a very quick look then at the interceptor. I'm going to save this money here and spend it on my interceptor. I mean, have a look at the scout. We'll spend the money on the interceptor here. We've got 2,000 because that's the one I've got all the perks on at the moment, so I'll be coming back to that. Just enough to give me some more hit points there on the hull. So we're getting quite good there, and 500 credits left. What should we put that on? Get more out of traders? I don't think so. Retrieval. Let's you start a run with additional random resources on board. Yeah, let's have that. And we'll have a very quick fly of the interceptor, but I probably won't go too far. We'll be coming to the end of this particular episode, but let's have a very quick look. So the Scout is meant to be a very nimble ship, and it should move around quite quickly here. I'm actually a big fan of nimble ships, but I'm not a big fan of ships with the low hit points, mostly because I can't avoid being hit very easily. So before long I usually end up being killed very, very quickly, and that's very likely to be the case with this ship. But it probably makes up for it with its amount of firepower. Beginning with a beam laser is a nice thing. They're quite powerful and can pack quite a punch. On top of that, we can see at the top we've got a cloak here, so we'll press R in a bit and we should go invisible. Once we see some hostiles, oh yep, there's some over there. Oh, this is rather nice. Scout ability. It's okay. Yeah, let me sneak up on the outlaw drones here, and we'll try and kill them when we're up close. So I'm going to use the beam laser on it. Hopefully it does a bit more damage this time. Seems to be very, very weak just now. Maybe it's not primarily usable for... There you go, a little bit better, although drones are normally weak anyway. Took his shield out quite well. Nice. So that's what we want, and that is actually why I like the beam laser. There's comm links over here. Have a quick look at that because it will have revealed what's in this zone. I'll finish off this zone then before I come to an end of this video. Very, very pretty game, isn't it? Oh. Did I move too early there? Oh, I did move too early there. Done. Okay. So what have we got around here? What do you reveal for us with this hack? Mineable gas? And that's it. Well, that's a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? Doesn't really give us much information. Well, gives us information, I guess, but doesn't reveal much around it because there's not much to be revealed. Is that it? Very low available energy in the in this ship as well. I guess a lot of that's probably taken by the cloak, is it? It's probably taken up by some of this. Right, well, time to move on then. We'll go through this jump node. I think that brings us to the end of this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.